I'm just going to go over some basic exercises with you that you can do at home, so that way, you get my whole body in?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. I'm going to go over some basic stuff with you that you can just, do at home. You should have all this stuff. A little bench set with a straight bar. There's a curl bar that I'm going to show you with some weights on it. A couple dumbbells, and then a couple more dumbbells. You can use this just like any other gym. You don't need all the cables, rowing machine, paying all that money. This is what I've used for a long time, so I'm just going to show you a couple exercises with your chest first and how to do it, and then you can just imitate it at home. First thing we're going to do is just a regular bench. You should know how to do this. It's just the bench is flat. You got your weight on there. Don't be trying to be Superman and hurting yourself again like you did, but you just grab the bar, pick it up off the rack slowly, and all you do is just press it down to your chest, just like that. Alright. This bench right here has different settings that you can use. If you put it down, that's called decline, because you're going to be at a decline. If you put it up, that's obviously an incline. And it's the same concept. If you're on a decline, you're not going to want to go as heavy, because I've had it to me before to where you're stuck with the weight, and at that point you have nowhere to go with it. So you just pick it up, and same thing, bring it right down to your chest, and press it up. Make sure you have a good grip on the bar, you're not going too heavy. And the same thing with the incline, just put it up and press it from there. Another thing you can do with your chest is you can use dumbbells. I'm going to flip this around real quick. And there's a difference between a chest press and a fly press, and I'm going to show you the difference real quick. You grab your dumbbells, however much weight you're comfortable with. I'm just using light stuff because I really don't want to work out right now. Now, flies, you see how my arms are? This is a fly. Chest press, fly. Hits different parts of the chest. Now, with a fly, all you're going to do is come down right to about here, bring it back up. Down, back up. Chest press, you're turning it just like you have a straight bar, and you're coming down with it. I bring it all the way down, back up. Down, back up. So, chest press, fly. It's all about how your wrists are turned when the weight's coming down. You don't want to come out like this, straight arm. You'll pull your shoulder out of its socket. Don't listen to anyone who tells you to do that. Keep your arms bent, just like this, and bring it back up. You come out straight arm, just like that, you're going to tear your shoulder. There's a couple chest exercises. I'm going to show you a couple back exercises, just with the basic. I told you about a deadlift. I love doing these. I go heavy. You start wherever it is you're comfortable with. Two different ways to do deadlifts. First way, most common way, put the weight on, grab the bar, you bend at the knees, kick it straight up, and bring it back. Down with the knees, straight up, back. Another way I like to do them, don't go as heavy if you're doing them like this, but it's a really good lower back workout. All you do is straight leg, pick up the bar, keep a straight leg, don't bend at the knees. Straight down, back up. Down, back up. Now there was two different ways. The first way was bend at the knees, pick it up. The second way was straight leg, down, pick it up. Alright? Another thing you can do with your back is called a bent over row. Now with that, is the sun in the way?
No.
Okay. With that, what you're going to want to do is pick up the bar, like so. You're going to bend down just a little bit, right? And you're going to bring it right up to the chest. Right up. Legs are bent. My form's not as good as it should be. Your back should be a little bit arched, and you're just bringing it right up, so working the back. Alright, that's called a bent over row. Another thing I like to do for my back is called a lawnmower. And And what that is just a dumbbell. Grab a dumbbell like so. I grab a chair. Is this in the front?
No.
Alright. Single arms. Alright. Knees on it. Posture is good. Back straight. Picking up the dumbbell. And I'm just bringing it right up. Just like that. That's going to work the lat, the whole back. Try those a couple times. You'll feel it in your back. You got different parts of your back and chest that you're going to work with different exercises. These are just a few of my favorites that I like to do when I'm restricted to this type of stuff. Let me see my list real quick. So I went over some bench, some chest exercises with you, some back exercises. We'll do some legs real quick. Legs, you want to be careful. If you don't have a squat rack, don't go heavy. The reason why I say that is because right now I'm going to squat this. This is 65 pounds, ain't nothing. But the way I'm going to squat is I'm going to have to pick it up over my head. So I'm going to pick it up, rest it down, get my little stance, and squat down with it. 90 degree. I'm not coming all the way down like some people do. They come all the way down and come back up. That's a little more advanced. You don't want to pull out your knee or hurt yourself, so just go 90. Right down, 90, back up. Down, back up. Obviously, you don't want to go too heavy because you just, have to pick that back up over my head. So if you don't have a squat rack, don't squat heavy. Another thing you can do real quick, I'm just going to use lightweight. It's called the walking lunge. And all you do, you can do it with weight, without weight, but all the lunges is you're coming down, just so, back up. Don't let the knee that's going down touch the ground. Bend 90 degree, back up. And you can just walk with it. I used to do that back in the day with no weight, and it was pretty effective. Another thing you can do, it's called a backward lunge. Stand here with it without weight and just step back with it. Now however you want to do it, you can alternate it, one leg at a time, both legs, and knock out 8, 10 in a set, depending on how much weight you have in your hands, what you want to start off with. Sorry, I'm chewing. Another thing so there's a couple little leg exercises you can do. You can always just do your basic squat. If you don't have a squat rack, just practice your squat and knock them out. 90 degree. Head up. I like to keep my hands either on my chest or out in front of me for my balance. Do 100 of those, you're definitely going to feel it in 2 days.
Oh, yeah.
The reason why I say 2 days is, for most people, it's not the next day with your major muscle groups. It's the following day that you're actually sore. So, I would start off light on legs because they're such a big muscle group. You think, oh, this feels good, I can knock out a whole bunch of them. And then 2 days later, you're not walking, getting up out of bed, literally, because you strained them and just tore them up so bad. A couple of my favorites, I like doing shoulders and traps. I'm just going to use lightweight. There's so many things you can do for your shoulders. Now, your shoulders have 3 different muscles on it. Your front shoulder head is going to be right here. Side delt and your rear delt. Alright, so there's 3 parts and a bunch of different exercises you can do to work your shoulders. A lot of people have that definition and big bulge right there on the side and the back because it's different parts of your shoulder. So, what I like to do for my front shoulder head, there's one exercise, it's just bringing it straight up. Right here. Down, don't let the tension off it. That works the front shoulder. You can alternate them. You can use a straight bar and do it at the same time, or dumbbells. Just coming up, back down, keep your balance. For your side shoulder head, they're called lateral raises because you're going off to the side. Me, I like to keep my feet about shoulder width apart, bring them down, and I just come up with them. So, got your front with your front raises, your lateral raises. The rear straight head, a lot of people don't even mess with it because you're working it out when you're doing other major muscles anyway. But if you want one of the ones I do, is I just crouch down, grab onto my, I get my balance, and what I do is I just bring it up, and just like that, and you'll feel it in your rear delt, which is your back shoulder head, and you can do them. I'd recommend doing these one arm at a time, do a couple, just to get used to the weight. I'd go light, grab some 10 pounds, because these are actually heavy for this exercise. A couple other things I like doing for my shoulders. I like doing shoulder presses. They're kind of dangerous. All my buddies that are big, they tell me be careful with them. But I just love the pump and the exercise itself. So if you got a bar, make sure your clamps are on. These aren't. Try to knock these real quick. All the shoulder press is bringing it up. Now, a lot of my buddies like to go in the front, right down to here, and press it up. I do both. I'll press it in the front. I also press it in back. When you're coming in the back, you got to be really careful, because if you don't, you'll pull something. Make sure you're not too heavy, but just bring it down, back up, down, back up. Same thing with the front. Be careful with your balance. Another exercise I like to do is called an upright row. This targets the traps and all of your shoulders. All it is pretty much grab the bar right about here, stand straight with it, bring it straight up underneath the chin. Called an upright row. You'll feel your traps, your shoulders, everything on these. A couple more things I like to do. With my arms, I do different things. Depends on how I feel that day. You can do a straight bar curl, which is just with the straight bar, obviously. I go shoulder width. Pick it up, I'll shoulder width apart, I bend at the knees, and just curl it up. Alright? Don't let people tell you it's okay. It's okay to swing, especially like when I'm curling, 100, 110 pounds, and I'm trying to knock out those last couple reps. I will swing a little bit, but for the most part, you want to just keep it straight. Straight bar curl, same thing with it's called an ease bar. It's bent. You can do it out here. You can pick it up in here. I don't like these, they don't feel good on my wrist. But different part of the bicep. So, a few more things real quick. You can do curls with dumbbells. I'm just going to use light ones real fast. Obviously, you can just curl straight up, alternate them. You can do an incline alternating curl, which is just you're sitting down at an incline a little bit further back. You just let them rest, bring them up. It just hits different parts of the buys, keeps them, not knowing what's going on, keeps shocking your muscles. One of my favorites is called a concentrated curl. A lot of the times when you curl, you use your shoulder to assist you. I do it like this, so that way it's all bicep. So I'm picking up the bar, keep my arm locked up against my quad, and I'm just curling it up. And that way it's just the bicep working, it's nothing else. I like doing those. Get a pump from them. Last two things I'm going to show you, you can just quickly do calves. I like doing calves when I remember to do them. I do a lot of jump roping, so I work them out anyway. I don't know if you see my legs, but you can do double calves when you're not doing anything. Just bringing them up. You know what I mean? You can do single calves, a little more weight on them. Just little exercises you can do to work your calves. Last thing will be the triceps. I'm just showing you basic stuff, so there's so many different exercises. Some of the things I like doing skull crushers. It's one of my favorite exercises. Get a little mat. I use the easy bar. pick up the bar, over your head, and I grab it right in the middle right here. Keep the arm straight, bend the elbow, bring it right down to my forehead. Obviously, that's why they call them skull crushers, because if you come down too quick, you're going to bust yourself in the forehead. It does hurt. Just like this. Try to keep the elbows in, not out. You don't want to come down like that. But I love this exercise. You can superset those, which is 2 exercises in a row. You do a couple of those, and you just come with the straight bench, close grip, right down. That's a good tricep workout right there. A couple more things real quick. Knock this out. Kick outs. Keep your back straight, arm bent, kicking it out. That does work the tricep. I think they call them kickbacks actually. But just like that, you'll feel it in your tricep. Just imitate the motion. You can do a bunch of different stuff. You can do behind the neck extensions. I hold my arm just right back, straight up. Another bicep exercise real quick is called the hammer curl. You got the weight, and instead of curling like this, you curl it just straight, like you're hitting a hammer. Keep the tension on it. Some people like to do it right like that. Other people like to bring it in like this. But you see how my wrist is? It's not turned like this. It's turned like that. It's everything I can think of, just with the basics. Get a jump rope. I like the jump rope. I gotta do it all the time. You'll get good at it. Just give it some time. It's good cardio. Just stay on top of your feet, and that way, if you do start training to fight like I do, you'll have the motion of always just moving. Always just moving. I wish I had a jump rope. I'd show you, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Besides that, if you have any questions, just give me a call. Love you, bro. Have fun.